Rash Behari Bose and Toshiko lived a life of constant tension without a single moment of relaxation. Far from being able to go on a honeymoon, they remained on their guard at all times and were careful to take the utmost precaution in everything they did. They were always prepared to move to a different location the moment they saw even the slightest sign of someone suspicious. It was in this manner that they ended up changing residences 17 times within 8 years. Their home was not what one would expect of a newlywed couple. They deliberately looked for shady houses, tucked away someplace that would not be easily found, even if one were searching for it. They would live at the end of a small alley, under the shadows of a high wall, or at the base of a cliff. They hid away in the sort of damp and gloomy places where most people would never want to live, concealed in the darkness, where even the rays of the sun did not shine upon them. Feeling the full weight of the sorrow and misery of living a life on the run, they constantly moved from place to place. Often they stayed only 2 or 3 days, while other times they were able to remain for 1 or 2 months. Staying in one location for even as little as a year was very rare indeed. Just as they began to settle down and develop some feelings of attachment, it would become dangerous to stay any longer, and they would immediately have to move out and seek another place of refuge. Toshiko would uneasily report to Bose, saying, "Dear, both yesterday and today, a strange man has been lurking about, walking up and down out front." To this, Bose would reply, "It looks as though our hiding place has been discovered yet again. It's no longer safe. We must move out once more." In this manner, whenever they sensed danger, without even waiting until the next day, they would pack up that very night and seek out a new place. Each time this happened, finding and preparing their next hideout was no easy feat. Even during such times, Toshiko did not reveal even the slightest expression of discontent. She would say with a sweet smile, "Well then, let's get moving right away," and would get straight to work efficiently packing up their belongings, as though it was second nature to her. Each time they moved, they would change their front nameplate to a different Japanese name. This went on so many times that they could not even remember all the different names they had used. Furthermore, for this couple on the run, even something as simple as purchasing groceries posed a great challenge. They dared not open their door to the local merchants who would go from home to home selling food items, nor call the garbage collector. Regardless of day or night, they had to remain constantly vigilant and prepared for a raid at any moment. For nearly 7 years, Bose and Toshiko lived most of their life without ever seeing sunlight. It was as though they were in prison. Whenever their hideout was on the verge of being discovered, Toyama's men would come and cover up their home with sheets of galvanized iron. With their great assistance, Bose and Toshiko were able to stay safe from their pursuers. Although this also meant that, in the literal sense, they truly were living a life of total darkness.